Больше не хочу разговаривать.
Там или здесь?
Давай, больше не хочу разговаривать. Ты еще начинай.
Время! В угол! Остановись, в угол!
From fighters biting off more than they can chew to verbal jabs backfiring spectacularly. Join us for a knockout compilation that proves that words can hit harder than fists. These are times when trash talk went horribly wrong. Kevin Holland, aka Trailblazer, is not only known for some of the wildest KOs in the UFC, but also for reinventing the term trash talk. The welterweight contender has very quickly become one of the UFC's more renowned trash talkers in recent years, earning himself a second nickname, Big Mouth.
As long as they keep me active and they keep me fighting, I'm a happy man. There's plenty of guys in the division that need to get smacked before I can become a champion. If you guys give me the opportunity, I would like to smack Derek Brunson.
And I put this guy down, we will not talk anymore.
Holland's most iconic moment was hands down at UFC 256 in his fight with Jacare Souza in late 2020, when he secured the 5th consecutive win of his current streak with an unbelievable knockout from a near impossible grounded position.
I've never seen somebody talk like that before a fight.
Jacare and Trailblazer grappled for a while, exchanging strikes and trying to land blows before the latter attempted to set up a triangle but was unsuccessful. A little past the 1-minute mark, Souza managed to get the upper hand and land a few solid punches, trapping Holland under him. Holland, unable to resist the perfect opportunity to egg on his opponent, began to trash talk. It didn't matter to him that he was stuck in the bottom position with the deadly grappler above him, or that he could have his face bashed in by the Brazilian. When Souza landed a punch, he responded with, "That was nice," and then proceeded to tell him he'd had a dream about the moment. Moments after that, Big Mouth slung himself around, and in between blocking strikes from the grappler, he managed to land a massive right hook straight to Souza's temple. Holland shocked the world by knocking the Brazilian senseless, sending everyone watching into a frenzy. He got a few more punches in before the referee had to step in and stop Kevin Holland from hurting and obliterating Souza's face. What makes this an even bolder move from Holland is the fact that trash-talking an opponent during a fight is technically against the unified rules of MMA. MMA fans today might know Tito Ortiz as what you might call cringe, but back in the day when he was reigning over UFC as light heavyweight champ, he was in fact well known for his trash talk.
And on January 21st, Chael Sonnen is gonna get smashed, as the way I do inside the cage. Kicking ass and taking names. With Chael Sonnen, you're next.
His most memorable moment would probably be at the press conference in 2002, leading up to his first fight with his bitter rival, Ken Shamrock. The Huntington Beach bad boy managed to get under Shamrock's skin so well that it was a surprise the world's most dangerous man didn't blow a blood vessel. During the conference, Shamrock decided to cut in between a lengthy, serious promo to let Ortiz know that he would beat him into the living death.
So if I was you, I hope to God you come ready, because if you don't, I'm going to beat you into the living death.
Tito's response? The man started cackling like a hyena. His laugh pissed off Shamrock more than any jab or comeback ever could have. The WWE veteran kicked a chair into the air out of rage, but luckily Dana White, with his lightning-fast reflexes, caught it at the last second.
You think this is all fun and games, but when the gate shuts and the bell rings, you're going to find out it's not fun and games. This ain't the WWF, boy. Oh yeah, stand up, see if I don't beat the hell out of you. Oh yeah?
In the end, though, the Huntington Beach bad boy and his mind games clearly seemed to work. He managed to drop Shamrock via TKO after the third round ended. Colby Covington is probably one of, if not the most notorious of the UFC's modern-day trash talkers. This is mostly thanks to the fact that he seems willing to push the envelope further than any other fighter dares to. Since his rise to fame a few years ago, Chaos has been accused of xenophobia, homophobia, and racism. He's probably said something to offend every group out there. But on the other hand, you can't deny that his trash talking gets him what he wants. Covington's most insane trash talking moment would definitely have to be the one where he decided to insult Brazil. No, that's not a fighter's name. He really did insult a whole country.
Go as you expected it to. I should have knocked him out. Brazil, you're a dog.
In 2017, Chaos brutally defeated Brazilian grappler Demian Maia in his home country, but apparently that wasn't enough. The American MMA fighter decided to take the mic and give the audience a piece of his mind too. What followed was an unbelievable rant that elicited more than just boos from the crowd. He labeled Brazil a dump and then hit out at the fans by saying, "All you filthy animals suck."
All you filthy animals suck! I got one thing to say! Tyron Woodley, I'm coming for you!
Saying that the crowd was angry would be an understatement. They were so riled up by Covington's rant that he basically had to be smuggled out of Brazil by security.
How good did it feel when you got back home, when you touched down on American soil? Did you feel a little safer?
Oh man, I felt so much safer. I'm so glad to be back in USA, land of the free, home of the brave. Amazing feeling.
Covington released a mocking, formal apology, saying he was sorry to filthy animals for comparing them to his hosts in Sao Paulo. He said he doesn't believe he crossed the line with his words. While it remains controversial, the moment turned chaos into a star and stands as one of the wildest trash-talking incidents in Octagon history. Here's how this usually works. Trash talk sounds. Bad blood means big box office. Poison gets those cash registers ringing. And we all know McGregor has a mouth on him, albeit dirty. It gets the world to reach for that pay-per-view button. But there's always a limit to how low you can go, right? Wrong. The Notorious can always go lower. McGregor's toxic pre-fight trash talk at UFC 229 on 7th of October 2018 really took things as far as they could go. It started when McGregor, ever the headliner, hurled a metal dolly at the bus Nurmagomedov and other UFC fighters were traveling in. It didn't end there. As the fight got closer, McGregor just couldn't stop running his mouth, calling Nurmagomedov, who's a devout Muslim, a backwards cunt, just because the Russian fighter turned down a drink of whiskey at a press conference.
Happy birthday, Shine the Bus. I don't drink. Why don't you drink? I don't drink. Why don't you drink? I never drink. I'll tell you some buzz at parties. I never drink. You mad backwards cunt. You're dead when I get my hands on you, do you hear me? I never You're drink. Fucking dead. I never drink. I'll drink it. Me and the Irish Boston animal.
McGregor even went as far as to insult Nurmagomedov's family. No blow was too low. But did all that trash talk rack up a bigger audience for the fight? You bet. McGregor versus Nurmagomedov was being called the greatest event in Ultimate Fighting Championship history. For all of McGregor's hubris and gusto, he got annihilated by Khabib. During the fourth round of the highly anticipated bout, the Russian submitted McGregor with a rear naked choke to defend his title. In an instant, the Notorious was defeated, humbled and humiliated by his opponent. Khabib claimed that McGregor had pleaded with him to have mercy, which he did, but only after the referee signaled a stoppage. This particular fight might be the perfect example of the phrase, all bark, no bite, when it comes to McGregor. His best shots were reserved for the poisonous pre-fight marketing instead of the fight itself. Sure, trash talking is all part of the game, but there's no context under which you should ever tell a black athlete, dance for me, boy. Of course, McGregor couldn't pass up on the opportunity, so he did that, and much more. You'd think Mayweather would be seething, but he said that he wasn't worried.
People say that Conor McGregor is racist, but I don't worry about that. You know, it's about going out there.
Makes sense because the American MMA fighter took the Irishman down in the ring pretty hard. And as it turns out that the trash-talking prowess of Conor McGregor has a limit, and apparently it's 2 press conferences. McGregor showed up at day 3 of the press tour in Brooklyn ahead of the August 26th fight against Floyd Mayweather.
He knows there's no racism from me. His father knows. Ellerby knows. Ask these people. He said I labeled him a monkey. I never once in my life labeled him or any African American a monkey, and it annoys me that he's even bringing this type of stuff up.
And it might have been his worst presser performance since he broke out as a star in UFC. The Notorious faced racial criticism over his comments on Jimmy Kimmel Live, in which he said, "Rocky 3. I'm trying to remember. Which one was Rocky 3? Was that the one in the Celebrity Gym? I can't remember if that's the one with the dancing monkeys or not." McGregor tried to shoot down the racial criticism as part of his promotional talk to Mayweather, but it didn't take much to predict how badly that would go. Spoiler alert, it started off poorly and only got worse. It may not have cleared up his reputation, but his fans seem to enjoy his savage responses, which of course means he won't be stopping anytime soon. If you found these moments intriguing, hit like, subscribe, and stay connected for more inside looks at the unexpected twists in MMA. Until next time.